Welcome to Matt Taylor TV. Some people call me a menace to society. I like to think I've just got big boobs.
Every day's a new adventure. Blogs and songs, they just keep coming. Posters pop with color and laughter from sunrise to the late night drumming. 1 minute it's King Arthur's crown, next it's trolls getting taken down. Matt Taylor TV's the place to be, where wacky meets the news in HD. Wacky, zany, and crazy entertainment. Matt Taylor TV, no need for containment. From truth bombs to satire, he's running the show. Crank up the volume, let the content flow. Got a blog for your brain, got a song for your soul. Got a cover so fresh, it's on a roll. From Brighton streets to the moon's grey dust, with a mic in hand, in Matt we trust. Laugh, learn, and light it up bright. From deep dive essays to a meme by night, he's dropping gems that make you shout. You sway what I say, that's what it's about. Wacky, zany, and crazy entertainment. Matt Taylor TV, no need for containment. From truth bombs to satire, he's running the show. Crank up the volume, let the content flow. Songs, covers, and scripts on fire. Matt's turning up the heat higher and higher. Every troll that thinks they can win this game gets schooled in the Hall of Fame. Wacky, zany, and crazy entertainment. Matt Taylor TV, no need for containment. With courage and color, he's leading the fight. For laughs, for truth, and for shining light. To the stars, you're along for the ride. Matt Taylor TV, the wild side worldwide.
Welcome to the wacky, zany, and crazy world of Matt Taylor TV. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Some people call me a menace to society. I just like to think I've got big boobs.
Every time I turn on the stream, someone's pointing fingers, killing the dream. Slapping on that label like it's cheap cologne, but the word narcissist gets overthrown. Yeah, maybe they like their reflection a bit, but they didn't wake up one day and just pick it. It's in their bones, it's how they were raised. So put down the pitchfork, let's change the phrase. Stop bashing narcs, they're people too. It's not their fault, they've been shaped by the view of a mirror that told them you're not enough, until they wore armor that looks kinda tough. Stop bashing narcs, it's getting old, pointing the blame while your own heart's cold. We all got stars, we all play parts, so stop bashing narcs, yeah, stop breaking hearts. Some folks preach from their online throne, calling out names like they cast the first stone. But every accuser's got a mirror too, and maybe that narc looks a little like you. It's easy to hate what you don't understand. Life's not a fairy tale, there's no magic wand hand. We're all a product of the mess we survive. Some heal in the light, some wear shades to get by. Stop bashing narcs, they're people too. It's not their fault, they've been shaped by the view of a mirror that told them you're not enough, until they wore armor that looks kinda tough. Stop bashing narcs, it's getting old, pointing the blame while your own heart's cold. We all got scars, we all play parts, so stop bashing narcs, yeah, stop breaking hearts. So next time you throw out the N-word in rage, remember it's just another name on a page. We're all human, and here's the remark: show a little love and stop bashing narcs.
Welcome to the wacky, zany, and crazy world of Matt Taylor TV. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Some people call me a menace to society. I just like to think I've got big boobs.
Danny West is on the mic, he's got something to say, pointing fingers at me in the usual way. No crime, no threat, just a question I made. Who's the troll in the shadows, throwing dirt in my face? He's clutching his pearls like it's some big sin, when I'm just trying to find out who's doing me in. Need condemning, oh really now, for asking who's the one throwing punches from the crowd. Need condemning, come on, get real, when the troll's the one dishing out the hurt I feel. If shining a light's the worst crime you can name, Danny West, you're playing the wrong game. Someone broke your window, you'd ask who it was. But online it's different, when trolls get applause. They hide in the dark, Danny calls them his friends, while the victim's the one he wants to condemn. It's upside down justice, a real clown show, protecting the bullies while the victims take the blow. Need condemning, oh really now, for asking who's the one throwing punches from the crowd. Need condemning, come on, get real, when the troll's the one dishing out the hurt I feel. If shining a light's the worst crime you can name, Danny West, you're playing the wrong game. Truth ain't harassment, it's a search for the fact. But Danny don't like it when you fight back. So here's to the trollers, his silent brigade, while the rest of us suffer in the mess they've made. Need condemning, not today, I'll keep asking who's behind the mask anyway. Need condemning, not on my watch, I'll keep standing tall while the cowards take pot shots. If finding the truth is the worst crime you can name, Danny West, you're playing the wrong game.
Welcome to the wacky, zany, and crazy world of Matt Taylor TV. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Some people call me a menace to society. I just like to think I've got big boobs.
Welcome everyone. Good to have all you out on Sunday afternoon. Of course, as we all know, it's not a Sunday. It's not even a Monday. Not a Tuesday, not a Wednesday, not a Thursday, not a Friday. It's a Saturday. Saturday the 9th of August, 2025 to some. I mean, I never got that calendar business, starting it with when Jesus died or when Jesus was born, either way. Starting it with that Jesus plus or minus 37. Lenny's in the chat. Good to see you, Lenny. Hello to his cult or fan base. More like subscription base. More like fan base. I'm certainly no cult, mate. Come on. Oh, and that I don't like that kind of like sign you making there. Weirdo. Yeah, a lot of talk, and there's been rubbish being put around about Tube. All I saw was you join, made one on incongruous post, and then bam, similar to what happened to me previously. Yeah. Well, doesn't look like my son wants me today, so which is good. Taffy didn't even know I've been blocked. Oh, poor Taffy. What a mongo. Taffy's going to make a great story, you know, the king who didn't know he was king. There's a story there. I mean, in all probability, the blood of King Arthur pumps through Taffy. He just doesn't know it. What a story. Adam Lashbrook stayed on Kaylee's live stream and was sharpening knives. I mean, this is just what he does. It's modus operandi. And he used to do it to me. And it's the way I see it for creative purposes, fictional scenarios, in which he's got his, so to say, shrimp. He's got his shrimp in the tank, in the cage. You're under my control. Very creepy keeping that live open. Oh, thank you, Lenny. How were the Kaiser Chiefs? Did they predict a riot? Brilliant night. Thanks ever so much for reminding me. Yeah, it went down a storm. Also, particularly enjoyed Razorlight. Pretty cool. Yeah, we had a great evening. Thanks. 3 o'clock till 10:30. It was tough going, but we got through it. Yes, that's the Vulcan greeting. Yeah, honestly, that Vulcan greeting always kind of sends a shiver down my spine since about only a few years recently, actually. Well, talking about DW, present around that time, perhaps he can spread some light. I found it interesting what Third Eye Zone posted, making that connection between West and Mouse. I mean, late last night, I've come to a conclusion, which I won't actually share publicly just yet. Suffice to say that if DW wants to see me in a court of law, I'm ready and waiting. Put it that way, you know. Yes, I mean, and that Adam Lashbrook, what he done there by just hanging around in that chat room, it's so sinister. And you do know Adam Lashbrook, everything he does is done to cause alarm, distress, and fear, no matter how subtle it is. Taffy, poor Taffy. Yes, so you reckon that's what's happened? Do you reckon Danny West has just walked away or had it snatched from him? I don't really know what the difference is. Yeah, but look, come on, Pip Smoker. We don't want anyone to defend AJ's action. You know very well what the underlying threat was. Just the fact that he was there lurking around when the show had finished, he should have just fucked off. The guy's a fucking creep. And honestly, Pip, I know you say you give up your trolling, but this is trolling, mate. This is trolling on a passive-aggressive level. Don't come in here, right? Don't ever come anywhere near me and start fucking implying AJ, he's a decent kind of bloke, okay? Because I'm just not going to fucking tolerate it, especially on a Saturday afternoon, okay? That ain't going to fucking happen at my table while I'm buying the drinks, right? Just so to get you there, Pip. Because don't think we don't know who the fuck you are. And when I mean who the fuck you are, what we're talking about is what kind of character you are. And the very fact you're going to come in here and start defending the behaviour of, without doubt, the biggest fucking stalking creep on YouTube, you will be immediately put under notice and warned. Glad to hear it. I was at Razorlight fan 20 years ago, yeah. Johnny Borrell once dated Kirsten Dunst. I didn't know that. She was Mary Jane. And so, I know, she's Mary Dunst. Beautiful, beautiful woman. But mind you, then again, What women aren't beautiful, to be fair? What women aren't beautiful? The very fact that they're a woman makes them beautiful by default. Yes, how many is that now? Channels taken. Well, I count two. And deservingly so too. You know, that, as we all know, I've got a very important date with Destiny, January next year, okay? That some people are speculating will have a 14-year like knock-on effect. So I'm under a lot of pressure myself. And that DW coming in and layering on the pressure, mate, we all suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. We all suffer from it. There you go. Well, Justin, of course, Justin won't be allowed around the other chats. I've not known him for as long as you've. Okay, look, for a moment then I thought I read I've known him, but listen, and I'm nicking the catchphrase from Brian Hurl. Trust me. Move on. Nothing to see here. No, honestly, we're going to forget about that freak stalker in a year or two. He'll be either done up in a category A or in the nut house. Trust me. Oh, what is he like? Honestly, he really is like a Duracell, doesn't he? He just does not stop until his channel is snatched away. On the subject of beautiful, thoughts on Pamela Anderson dating Liam Neeson? Well, listen, I was already a bit, somewhat. No, I'm not. I wasn't. I was already aware because I watched something on Helen Mirren that he dated Helen Mirren back in the day, which is interesting. Yeah, and of course, his wife died in a ski accident. It's lovely. No, I mean, there was an interview. There's some kind of interview, and they were discussing because I think they're both kind of like starred together on the Naked 2 movie, didn't they? And of course, they had one of those promotional interviews, and they're both there, Pamela and Liam, and they were saying what they liked about each other. And of course, Liam kind of got it's so creepy. It was like, well, one of the first things I noticed about you was how pleasing you were to the eye. And kind of like Pamela, like, gosh. I was like, yeah, get a hotel room, you two. You know what I mean? But of course, I mean, I'm sure Lenny would appreciate even now Pamela Anderson's like plain Jane look. And I'm sure it'll do it for a man like Lenny or any man, hot-blooded man. All right. Nice little groove in the background. Yes, the Morning Butty. Yes, I'm familiar with that. Poor Taffy. Poor Taffy. Denying his King Arthur heritage. Shocker. It's a shocker. I didn't think I'd come across that. Oh yeah, racial matters. Disorder stress. I know, I mean, come on. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? Come on. But like I said, I came to a conclusion about DW last night, which it quite surprised me. I was like, oh crikey, yes, of course. Why didn't I see that before? Silly me. But I'll keep that conclusion to myself. Yes, I know. I mean, it makes me think. He reminds me of another individual, and then I thought, so of course, it's just the same gameplay again. Everything is a fantasy. Pamela Anderson once met Brian Harvey. Oh, really? Oh, did she? Something like that. So I know she was coming over, meeting Assange. Pamela once met Brian Harvey in 1995. There's a photo online. Baywatch and E17. Wouldn't put them together. No, of course. Yeah, and of course she came to visit excuse me, Julian Assange, didn't she? While he was like holed up at the Bavarian embassy. Was it Bavarian embassy? Or was it? No, I think it was. I mean, how much are you going to put down on the bet that Julian Assange was at the Peruvian embassy in London? Was it Peruvian? Or no, he was at Ecuadorian, was it? The Ecuadorian embassy. I'll change my bet. All on Ecuadoria. Pamela Anderson is very pleasing. But is it all fake? I don't know. You'll have to have it. Anyway, I don't know. I'll raise 10. Apparently, we can now include Rob Knob up in there. Oh, poor incel from the north. We haven't heard from him for a long time, haven't we? I'd date anyone off Baywatch. I'd even hang out with the Hoff to go drinking. Some people stand in darkness, afraid to come into the light. Wow, look at that, Lenny. Bit profound, mate. Have you had your profound tablet this morning? Looks like the Vermin got another one of their channels booted. Yes, it did, didn't it? Yeah. I was thinking today, who's left standing? Or, as I said, who's left tapping? There's only a few of us left, mate. Only a few of us left. So, Matty, are you saying Danny West is the mouse? No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, it's interesting. I pointed out, now deleted, I hasten to add, Third Eye Zone's comment today. Let me just see if I can pick it up. Go to troll comments or WordPress. Yeah, so listen, Third Eye Zone, let me put it up on the screen for you. And make this a bit more of an interactive experience. Not so much interactive, actually, but that's what it is. Make it more of a visually stimulating experience. Put it that way. I know, I'm talking rubbish. So here we go. Third Eye Zone, both mouth channels 1 and 2 that had nearly 200 subs combined, but dormant with no videos, suddenly disappeared. Late yesterday afternoon, followed overnight by Danny West's 30 sub channel, Connected. Pondering. See, so that's all. That's the only point I was making. I think that was the only point I was making. So let's do that. Let's do this. Good. Yeah, that's the only point I was making. Yes, that's the question, isn't it? Whether it's hidden or taken. I don't know. How would you know? Ecuador. So yes, so I did get it right. In the Ecuador, and I know Pamela Anderson visited Julian there, and yes, it crossed my mind. Yes, it did. It crossed my mind what kind of relationship Pamela and Julian had. Let's just move on, you know. Oh, here we go. Rule Britannia. I'm not particularly impressed with Rule Britannia. Well, let's dump the word particular. Okay, I'm not impressed with this one. Let's see what. And listen, you going around talking about photographs of women abusing young girls, prove it, right? Go and check with your corrupt Sussex police and prove it. Don't go around saying shit like that, okay? Rule Britannia, you fucking misinformation bullshit merchant, okay? Because all I need to do is get on with Tommy Robinson and he'll find out exactly the skeletons in your cupboard. Matt, Mr. Rick was asking about how you can come live on, well, you know, he's happy to come live whenever he wants. I'm not particularly like enthusiastic or running to talk to him, to be perfectly honest. Fills me with dread. You know, it does. It fills me with dread. Well, what can you do? When you want to go to poo in an English country garden. Over to Tube, who says, Matt, if you could enable that private chat thing, I have a link I could share. Said link has also been shared by Mouse and contains some false information, some false and malicious information, as well as a name and address. All right. I don't know how to enable that chat thingy. I'm sure there's a way of getting that across to me. Do I even want to know the information? It's on your blog. You posted the comments and letter. Well, yes, okay, but that's just that's what Sussex police said when it came to them to prove what Sussex police claim. They didn't, did they? So that was an interpretation of Sussex police. You're going to have to talk to Sussex police how they interpret whatever they interpret, because ultimately nothing was shown me, nothing was ever shown in court, nothing was ever proven. So don't go around claiming that kind of material, you know, was what I was responsible for. Because I spent 3 years going through that system of being told things were found in my possession. And when it came to prove it, they couldn't. And don't you dare go around start telling me Sussex Police is a trustworthy police force, right? Because I've gone through experiences with that police force, serious police corruption, which I've got gags on me preventing me from talking about. So don't come in around here, okay? Rule Britannia bullshit, thinking about you know about me or my story. The only reason anyone knows anything about me is because I'm 100% transparent and I put it all out there. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't go fucking twisting shit. Also have a screenshot of Mouse sharing it. There you go. Oh look, I don't give a Britannia, the letter. So why wasn't it proven then? You know, it's an interpretation. They interpret what they fucking want, but when it had to be proven in court, that interpretation didn't stand up for scrutiny. It didn't even get into court to be stood up for scrutiny. I was charged, but I wasn't convicted, wasn't I? Next. Yes. Fucking hell, honestly. Think you can come in here and start, you know, you're a paedophile, you are, because you've done this. Fuck off. Don't get a life, you fucking idiot. Right, my email. Yeah, I'm not impressed with you at all. Well, yeah, thanks ever so much. The letter pertains to an accusation made by a local authority. Thank you. There you go. Accusations. A lot of accusations have been made about me and towards me. Okay, let's deal with this then. The documents you shared said different. Did not say there was no evidence. Oh, what, the letter of... look, okay, the letter which I got from the solicitor said it's not in the public interest. Look, either way, whatever was said, have I been convicted for any sexual crimes? No. Accusations, people say terrible things about me, doesn't mean it's true. Okay? These alleged pictures have never been shown to me. They've never been shown in a court of law. Right? So you can go and wipe your bum with it. What was the offence you were charged? Oh, look, I'm not going to discuss it here. I'm not going to discuss that here on public. I'm happy to discuss it in private. You know, first of all, it would be nice to have an ID if you want me to discuss what a very dark period in my life, you know, a miscarriage of justice, a set up by Sussex police, what I believe it is. You know, if you want to talk about such a sensitive subject, right, that is still ongoing and very fragile, and which actually, you know, triggers my personal post-traumatic stress disorder of my life experience of being a military policeman and also being involved in Sussex Police. If you want to discuss that, okay, you're more than happy to email me, tell me who you are, what your agenda is, what you want to get out of it, and, you know, I may consider sharing that information with you. But I'm certainly not going to share it on a YouTube channel to someone who I don't know and who talks very derogatory and spreads false information about me in other chats here and now. I mean, what planet do you live on? Well, what kind of look? She's asked me, was Savile? Oh look, it's just, I don't want to talk about the P word today. You know, I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. Oh look, listen, I've been accused of doing the most disgusting and illegal things. Okay. Oh, listen. Thank you. This is my house. This is my pub table. I'm buying the drinks, and I don't want someone to come in here. Thank you. Yeah. Back it out. There you go. Thank you. Well, my document is now 151 pages and still growing. Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to move on at some point in your life, can't you? You have to say, right, that happened then, right? It was a nightmare of all nightmares, and I've got through it, and I've dealt with it, and I've addressed it, and I've dealt with this head on. You know, I'm a part of this truth movement, and something dreadful's happened to me. And now, as an ambassador of truth, you know, do I keep this quiet or do I just tell the truth? And I find it funny where there was Fanny Bones and Mr. Degenerate were discussing it, and Fanny Bones couldn't believe what an idiot to bring out the truth. Well, I had no choice. I had to put out the truth of what is happening to me. Okay, but I stood firm. I just went, right, okay, I'm going to walk through this. I'm going to walk this with my head held high. And I'm going to, because I knew what happened to me, and I'm not even allowed to talk about what happened to start all this off. And that's the interesting element about my story, is the context of why Sussex Police came for me. And that 2012, what happened there, and with Joe Nielsen, that side of it hasn't been explored, or I haven't really come out with what happened totally in that time when I stood for election between that 2012 and 2015 time period. That's where I was causing waves in the local Brighton political sphere. And that's the story. That will make a good movie. And that's a story none of you don't, none of you are aware of. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know why they're bringing Savile into it. Yeah, no, James Will. I didn't really watch him. I didn't watch him, Lenny. So I was somewhat indifferent. Just a reminder, really, of his death. That how, if I don't change my lifestyle, I may well be following suit. Well, has he left the battlefield? Or has he been temporarily suspended? Oh, please. Oh, why do you bring these individuals? Oh, so right, that's what you're, right, I get you, okay. So Rule Britannia wants to convince myself and you, the audience, that I'm a paedophile because I wasn't, as per Jimmy Savile, I wasn't found guilty of it. So because I wasn't found guilty, because I haven't been found guilty, because I haven't been found not guilty of a crime, well, you haven't been found not guilty. So until you are found not guilty, we'll assume you're innocent. No, that's what we used to think. But now, according to Rule Britannia, thank God she isn't Rule Britannia, she's thinking, or he, they're thinking, and let me get this, I have to work it out myself. They're thinking, well, if you haven't been found not guilty of the offence, until that time, you've been found not guilty, we're going to assume you are guilty, even though that's the complete opposite of the bedrock or the backbone of British judicial system, that you're innocent until you're found guilty. But no, Rule Britannia wants to turn that on head and say, you're guilty until you're found not guilty. I think I've got that. Yes, it took some working out, but I do think I've got it. Oh, really? You remember listening to James Whale on Talk in the 80s? Wow. Oh, sorry. Yeah, wow, Justin, wow. Yeah, why you should have hung up on the charge? Post-traumatic disorder stress. Oh, charge. You're charged with it. Matt, they didn't want you getting elected to the local council. It was an orchestrated takedown. Well, I wasn't actually. Thank you, Lenny. But I wasn't actually. I'll tell you the story around it. I wasn't actually going for local elections. It was parliamentary elections. Now, I never got to have my 90,000 leaflets printed out. Well, I got them printed out. But I never got to have my 9,000 leaflets posted through every letterbox, which was my entitlement for having paid the £500 deposit. You know, I was entitled to literature to be posted once. And I missed out on that. I missed out on that through having our election office attacked. It's a long story, which, you know, which has to be told at some point. So I didn't get any 90,000 of my election leaflets posted through the door. Now, if that did happen, it would have changed the election. Because Simon Kirby, the Conservatives, beat Nancy Platt, the Labour, by 690 votes. Now, funny enough, I came last with 69 votes in a sabotaged election. It started off good, but then it got sabotaged at the end, and I wasn't even able to get my 90,000 leaflets out. So I got 69 votes on a sabotaged campaign. Simon Kirby won by 690 votes. So via my calculation, it was, if I was 10% more successful, 10 times 69 is 690. That would have taken away the majority of Simon Kirby over Nancy Platt and given Nancy Platt the constituency for Labour. The children writer who co-wrote The Funny Bones passed away. Right, he was in the 90s. Wow. I think that's where I'm going to make my fortune, writing. Yeah, I just feel it. I feel it in my bones. I'm going to be a multi-millionaire through my writing. Any thoughts on what Rule Britannia is saying to Matt? Yes, there you go. Okay. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just go around discussing between yourself whether I'm the pervert or I'm the paedophile. Don't mind me. Fucking hell. Damn right I've got a right to defend my character. It's the only thing I've got left. Oh, God. Parliament, sorry, yeah, Parliament. You were going to Westminster. That was, you know, I wasn't expecting to win, but I was expecting to get my deposit back. Put it that way. Oh, what was the offence you were charged for? If you were saying, oh, well, look, I've already explained it. It's in the book. But like I said, if you want to now discuss it now, you know, write me an email, tell me who you are, and then I'll discuss it. But I've already addressed this, and you can read it yourself. Damn right I was a victim of sabotage. There's a sock accounts and Gert cats sneering. There's a stock account. All right. Thank you, Barney Rubble. Looks like Tube England is being cloned as we speak. You are obviously extremely obsessed with that. Yeah, tell me what's going on. I think it's projection myself. They're so hell bent, you know, to convince me I'm one of them. Very concerning. And yes, I agree. What AJ Lashbrook is doing to Kaylee, I mean, he needs to be locked up. And I'm just not going to tolerate anyone. I'm not going to tolerate anyone who's coming in defending that individual. What are they saying Matt is guilty of? Why bring up an inflammatory topic? Yes. Matt is already irate by Rule Britannia's line of conversation. Listen, you know, I'm not going to keep any secret. I'm under immense pressure as it is. You know, I've got a date with Destiny in January that may allegedly, people are saying, may have a consequence for the next 14 years of my life. So I'm already under a lot of pressure. It's so much pressure I can hardly get the words out to tell you what I'm under. But I'm under pressure already. I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, of living on edge, living in that state of fear. At any moment, my home can be invaded, my property can be taken, and I'll be bundled in the back of a van and thrown in a police cell, and not being told what is happening. So if you think that doesn't result in post-traumatic stress disorder, you're complete and utter Mongo, using the phrase from the Mongo Taffy. Well, I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that. I'll get back to you in 30 days. And just remember who put all that documentation out there. Good. Oh, look. Oh, okay. Thank you. Look, Royal Britannia, I'm not in the mood of I'm not being investigated for anything at the moment. Like I said. Look, this could be my son. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Okay, hi mate. How you doing? Yeah, fine. Oh, I'm just learning, mate. Okay, how are you? Yeah, you feel like anxious? You don't want to do it. Okay, be it free, okay? See you soon. Bye. Oh, that's good. So my son does want me, so I'm off out, everyone. Thanks for joining. Oh, it's a beautiful day, so I'm off out to spend the rest of it with my son. And thank you ever so much for everyone for coming in and saying hi. I shall see you later, and all that is left to say is goodbye.